first grade. Today's your last day of geometry. Wait, what? Geometry? What is geometry? Ah, you've been doing it for 2 weeks now and you didn't even notice. Geometry is when you study shapes. So we've been talking about shapes. We've been talking about parts of shapes. That is all geometry. Isn't that a big long word? Can you say that? Geometry. Geometry. 4 syllables. Woo, big word. Okay, so let's finish up geometry. Aren't you glad I didn't tell you you've been doing geometry all week long? Okay, I have some shapes today, and I'm going to pretend like this is a giant candy bar. I should have made it brown so it would look like chocolate, but I just picked yellow. All right, so I've got my gigantic candy bar, and guess who walks in the room? Let's pretend it's Carson. So I'm like, oh, now I have to share my gigantic candy bar with my son. So I'm going to fold my giant candy bar. Can't really fold a candy bar, can you? But usually if it's a Hershey's bar, you can break them. And I'll give Carson one part and I get one part. All right, Carson, here's your half. Here's my half. I'm going to keep my half over here. Let's pretend Carson's sisters walk in the room. Now he has 2 sisters. Okay. So I say, oh, Carson, you have to share your candy bar with your 2 sisters. Okay, so he's going to have to share this with 2 sisters. If he does this, now he's going to give this to his sisters, and he's going to keep this. Are we being fair? Are we all getting equal parts of the candy bar? Remember my piece? Remember Carson's piece? And his sisters have to share this piece? So their piece would be like that big? That's not fair, is it? No, that's not fair. All right, so let's try this again. Okay, we have a candy bar. Carson walks in, so I share half with him. His 2 sisters walk in. What do we really need to do to be fair, to have equal parts? I need to share half of mine too, don't I? Make sure I get that going the right way. Looks like a square, but it is not a square because they're not the same on both sides. All right, so I'm going to share half of mine. Carson's going to share half of his. Now, does everybody get an equal part of the candy bar? Yes. And I just saved myself a ton of calories. So let's make sure. Put them all together. Do they stack up nicely? Yes, they do. Nothing's sticking up. Ah, excellent. So we have 4 equal parts. Okay, now sometimes, sorry, I have a hangnail. Circles kind of throw kids off sometimes. Because you know, this one, we can cut it in 4 parts like this. Now, if we cut it like this, if we said, okay, Carson and I are sharing this part, and the girls come in and we say, okay, Cambry gets this much, Ashlyn gets this much. Was that fair? No, that's not fair either. So don't let those little pieces trick you, even if they all make one big rectangle. This is not fair. Whoever gets these 2 tiny pieces, not fair. All right, now with a circle. If you are doing a pizza, you usually cut a pizza like this, right? Or you might have 6 slices or 8 slices. So that would be fair if you split it like this. How about if we do it like we did that rectangle? So the girls, Carson walks in, and Carson and I are going to split our pizza. I get this half, he gets this half. Now the girls walk in, okay? Is it fair if we fold it? This is Carson's piece. He's going to fold his piece like this. Is it fair if he folds it like that, like I did that rectangle over there, and then cut it and give him this piece? And he would probably give this piece to his sister because check this out. Is that fair? No, that's not fair. Look at all this extra pizza that Carson would get. That would not be fair, would it? All right. So if it's a circle, the fair way to cut it is to fold it in half. Make sure it's equal, that nothing's sticking out, and give it a cut, okay? Not like this. You cannot cut a circle in straight lines. You have to cut it like this. Okay, now this shape is just, it's bonus. I don't think you will see this shape on the iReady test unless they just cut it in half like this, because a triangle is a little bit harder to get equal parts for. But let's do it anyway, and we can see. Okay, so if I do this and I fold it in half, I have two triangles now, don't I? So then I would cut it this way, and it still makes triangles. I'm going to tell you a little secret. With triangles, every time you fold them equally, what's it going to make? Another triangle. Check that out. And then if I folded it, let me cut that first. And then if I do it again to get fourths, just like I did with my circle, look, they still make triangles. Now if I can put them back together. Oh, there we go. Like that. Right? Okay, now triangle, check this out. If I cut it like this, this is a triangle. Is this a triangle now? Nope. Is that fair? No, that's not even close. How about if I cut it like this? Is it fair now? These two are pretty close. Is it fair? No. No, it's not fair. Whoever gets this middle piece just got a ton of whatever we're sharing, a piece of pizza maybe, right? So with a triangle, if they don't make triangles, it's not fair. Don't let that trick you. All righty. Last day for geometry. Show us what you got, first grade.